running around, the main character and Melly do, they end up seeing their past selves meet each other for the very first time. They actually get to view it for the first time. And it's just like a weird moment to see yourself in the past do certain things, and you're just like, ooh. It's kind of the same feeling the main character from Grandmaster Demonic Convention had when he saw his past self in the point of view of somebody else and was like, okay, we don't like this is weird, but this is kind of the same thing. So I forgot to tell you this, but it's something the main character tells the male lead. He tells the male lead that humans, every 10 years of their lives, has to go to Father and basically have an inspection done. The Father connects himself to the human and sees if the human has any ideas of rebelling or trying to escape and leave him, and he will get rid of them if he feels it. And the male lead always felt it was weird and suspicious with the fact that the main character always wanted to escape, always wanted to leave, never got executed or killed for his thoughts. And he was always allowed to go to the surface and build his robot and try to escape himself, that the Father never did anything. And the main character says, yeah, that is also really strange. And it's also weird, the connection we have when we first connect with him. It's so strange. It feels like we're being watched, controlled, manipulated. It feels like a powerful force over us. He says that also when he connected with Father, it was a little different from how others were connected to Father, because he felt like there was an actual soul there, that he could actually pray and wish to that soul, and the soul that, the thing he wished for to the soul was a companion, a friend. And, sooner or later he was gifted that companion and friend, which was the male lead. Once they were sure their past selves were out of the area, the main character and the male lead goes to the male lead's little coffin thing, and there is a message to the male lead from the creator. They're basically able to back and forth talk to each other, and the creator reveals that he created this world, yes, as an experiment, and if the experiment failed, he wanted the world to destroy itself, but he also gave it a backup to save itself if anything happened. If the male lead decided the world deserved to exist, it would give a second chance, and no one would be actually killed or harmed in this second chance thing. And he reveals that he created this world specifically because he wanted to replace his own world. His own world fell apart and destroyed itself, and he wanted it back again, so he recreated it with this experiment. And once he was sure and safe and sound that it was going to go on its own, he left that world to continue on his own. And he stated once the situation was taken care of, he knows that he will already be gone and bye-bye by the time the Melly probably woke up. Since they used the coffin thing and got the message from the creator, the Father was informed of this and sent people to attack the main character and male lead, and even spoke to them himself. And it was watching two siblings argue with each other, watching the male lead and the Father argue with each other was like watching two small children argue and fight each other. It was just plain on hilarious. But it's also a little confusing, because I was a little confused at what was going on with all this fighting, because again, when it comes to fighting scenes, my brain can't compute anything. So yes, they're just arguing, fighting like small children. They're trying to strive and survive in this whole fight. They're also in water for some reason. And how the main character thought the coffin was taken off by the robot guards? No, the coffin was destroyed and the whole fight. Yes, it was a mess and a half. And the robot K that had saved him back when they were during this period of time had saved them, it was actually the main character in the robot, his robot that he made inside the robot, that saved the male lead when the male lead was on top of the tower with the Father. Yes, it's a whole confusing situation. And they sooner or later do save the male lead's past self on the tower and destroy the tower using the main character inside the robot K. And was able to get himself and the male lead's past selves able to escape and get them out of there and send on their way to meet the clone dad. So after helping their past selves escape, the main character and male lead goes to hunt down the general. They find the general by using the main character's robot. They find him and he is there and then, and he's like, oh yeah, I can give you the chip. Like, they don't even have to do much to convince him to give up the chip. He just easily gives it away to them. Now, he can't just hand it over. He has to literally have his whole head cut off so they can get to the chip. They literally have to kill him to get to the chip, and he's willing to die to give him this chip. And the father knows this, and he's like, no, if you kill him and arm him, I will kill Clone Dad. He has Clone Dad in his hands. And he's like, I will literally kill him here and there if you kill the first general and get the chip off of him. And obviously the main character doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to kill his friend and his practical little brother's father. He doesn't want to do this. He would feel horrible and disgusting if he did this. And you know what the Clone Dads do? He goes, kill the dude. Kill me. I am willing to sacrifice myself to complete my mission and my duty. Kill us. So the main character has no choice but to kill his little friend and the first general. And I was so horrified. Like, I was so upset. I was crying. I was bawling. And the Melly has to get both of them out of there while the main character is clinging to the chip and is literally heartbroken. Meet up with the rest of their team, and with their team is a lookalike of the Clone Dad. And he was born from the same batch of the Clone Dad was, and so whenever the Clone Dad dies, the Clone Dad's memories and information will be passed to him because of their connection. He already knows the human child because he was with the Clone Dad when the human child's village was attacked and was being slaughtered. And they were there, they both saved the child and took the child in, and he would take turns with the Clone Dad to raise the kid, so he's basically Clone Dad too. And he's willing to pretend to be Clone Dad and pretend that his self had died on this mission, and he's willing to go along with them. And the main character doesn't really like this idea, but finally agrees to go along with it as long as the kid ever figures out the truth. The dude will promise to actually admit to the truth. And the guy's like, yeah, I'll do that. I can do that. But that kid has technically minds anyways. They return back into the future, and at first the main character had a hard time coming face to face with the child because, again, he feels at blame for the death of his father, and he really can't stand at the idea of having to lie to the kid that his dad is dead and pretend that somebody else is his dad. But he does go and visit the child and learn the child during the period of time they were in the past got his eyes cured by the leader of the Dragon Ball, because this man has high advanced medical skills. He is literally Jesus and Buddha. I am saying he is literally Jesus and Buddha. And I worship this man. I literally worship this man.